What's happening with Iran to stupid people. You have a lot of sociopaths that are trained at institutions for genocidal tribalism, telling you it's all biblical and it's all part of prophecy. And it needs to happen to have Jesus come back and save us all. So it's just part of we got to fulfill the book, right? So, and then you start doing things that are irrational. You look like you're trying to make peace, and then you just can't because the other people are too demonic, and then the devil and the Satan's army and the reproduction of the people from the book that we've done how many times since they've been reading the book in mass quantity and then trying to recreate it with their egos. Guys, it happens every election in the United States since the inception of the United States. Manifest destiny, the tribes going this, the diaspora, the yap, 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 yap. Okay. It's happening. This is at the book of Daniel, blah, 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 blah. The book of Daniel, the part about it, about the ram and the goat was a man named Adolf Hitler in Germany and a man named Stalin in Russia. Very, very horrible men manipulated by other horrible men that caused a mass murder of people that they blamed for the murder of the God through tribalism and genocide operations to try to kill and minimize any possibility and get rid of any possibility of the Jews physically causing the molecular similitude of Adam, Moses, David, Jesus, John. That's why the Russians did what they did. That's why the Americans funding the Germans did what they did. The Germans mass murdered the Jews to liquidate their assets and foreign bank accounts, and the Americans funneled the money to the United States to send it back to them through Swiss bank accounts and fund their war machine. Okay, a dog could figure it out. The Russians did the same thing through different channels. It was two rival gangs using the same game plan. Same thing we have going on here now with Mutt and Jeff on TV, right? And so when, they hit the tankers, the Iranians are hitting their tankers back and doing that and raising oil prices and making life miserable on the poor people. The rich people? No, it doesn't make life rich on the rich people. They're rich. Okay. A professional football player doesn't care about the price of gas. They can afford the best electric cars anyway. You can't. All you can afford is a gas car. And the bus fare goes up, even because the buses, unless great Elon Musk comes up with our electric buses in California, right? And so you just got to understand how mass murderers work, okay? And they've worked this way for ever since the dawn of, quote, civilization, over 10,000 years. This is how mass murderers work. Before that, they went around in mass raping groups to try to rape the other people off the planet. Murder, death, murder, kill, rape the people off the planet. They've been doing that for hundreds of thousands of years. Okay. And the diaspora is people trying to go somewhere to live where you can, Allah decides, let's go eat, right? The best horses in all Arabia, best colts. Okay. You can tell if one eye he's a regular outlaw. Okay, that's one of Genghis Khan's kids. But I can take Genghis Khan's kids and turn them into better Christians than the Hebrews, because most of the Hebrews are jealous of Jesus, okay? Like with me my whole life, right? Most people that study me become jealous of me rather than say he's right and then let's live the Lord's Prayer. Okay? People that study me try to, anonymously delete me and people like me off the face of the earth, and then replace me with their ego, which is better than my perfect love. And that's obvious. Last night I was watching Dance Me Outside, and At the end of the movie, Frank should get published. His writing should get published. I think that's the best I ever wrote, right? Remember Miss Tallarico's class when I didn't show any of my work? I just did it at the last minute like I do everything. I had the book I was going to do it on. Was it Lord Byron? Or was it Shelley? I can't remember which one it was. And as usual, I didn't read the whole book. I just read excerpts and stuff from maybe saw the movie or the classic comic or whatever, right? And Miss Tallarico failed me because I didn't show the work up to the time. I did it all at the last minute, so I plagiarized it because it was college level work and it was really good and he couldn't have done it. So she failed me. Well, Miss Klinger would not have failed me. No, she'd been like, Earl, that's really good and I expect it out of you. Okay. Okay, cool. Okay. Like Professor Lavarine and Professor Barnes and that was really good and that's what I expected out of you, right? And so, no, you expect better? No, I think this could be published, right? Okay. Yeah, that's me. And so, no, I don't try to sound wordy and I don't try to sound, like my logic class at ASU, with the checker speech. And the lady kept telling me in the class, no, you don't get it. You don't understand what a red herring is. You're wrong. Okay. And I was like, no, this is a logic class, right? She goes, yeah. So, well, here's what he's saying in the checker speech. No, he's not. He's not. You're not understanding red herring. You don't understand this at all. Okay. And she kept telling me the whole class. And I wrote the thing and did the thing, but she wouldn't tell me, okay, where I was wrong and that I didn't understand it. She wouldn't explain it to me where I understood it. I had to do that on my own. And I'm like, no, the checker speech is basically what he's saying here is the red herring is, I don't know what a red herring is still to this day. It's like purple flowers with that joke. But I was like, no, what he's saying in the checker speech is that all the people that gave me money and the dog checkers, I was already going to vote the way they wanted me to vote, okay, before they ever gave me money. So I wasn't taking money as a bribe. I was taking money from people that support my agenda because we share the same agenda. Okay, that's what President Nixon was saying in the checker speech. And she said, no, you don't understand a red herring. You don't get it. Is it more sinister than that? Are you a Democrat? Because that's all he was saying. That's what President Richard Milhous was saying in the checker speech. Okay. All the people that donated money to my campaign, I already think like. So they weren't giving me bribes. They were just supporting my candidacy through the rightness of our cause. Okay. And she said, no, you don't understand. And I kept saying, that's exactly what he's fucking saying. A dog could figure it out. We're not giving checkers back. And she kept beefing me about it. And I'm like, what? Okay, there's some hidden agenda and message in this that I'm not getting. No, he's perfectly clear about it. That's how he won the presidency. Yeah. Okay, so you're like, uh-huh. And not to mention the fact that the opposition killed Bobby Kennedy. But, that really helped a lot. I shouldn't say helped, but that caused, the causality of that led to, okay, Richard Milhous Nixon as president, right? That if Bobby Kennedy hadn't been assassinated, we wouldn't have had Richard Milhous Nixon as president. So the people that wanted to mass murder the poor wanted Nixon as president and now Robert Kennedy. We all know that the dog could figure that one out. We're not giving checkers back, right? Okay, now, he doesn't say that in the speech. Okay, do you understand? He does not say that in the speech. The speech is political, not espionage. So there's no red herring in the speech. Okay, so in order to understand what you think I'm not understanding, you have to understand the whole demographic of what's happening politically. But if you listen to the speech, you know exactly what's being said and the hypocrisy of it. So forgive debt and trespass, love all, eternal, faithful peace. You'll never have this problem again. There's no red herring. No, you just don't understand life. Okay? I do. Okay. So I explained it to her and she said I didn't get it. Now I get why she said I didn't get it. Okay. Okay, yeah, I understand. If they didn't kill Kennedy, he would have won the election. Okay. But even if Kennedy had lived, this checkered speech would have still happened because it would have stood in the same dynamic. The dynamic didn't change at all. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na. The Nazis still got the Ark, and it's still locked up in the Smithsonian. You see what I'm saying? Da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Want a peanut butter and jelly sandwich on the Ingalls phone with the doc at the Little House on the Prairie? Okay, you're funny. I know. And so, but yeah, these are the people I got to deal with. These are the people in your neighborhood. They think they understand things better than they understand all the time. They're so much more intelligent than you. You're too dumb to get it. And then they've been this way my whole life. Like Jeff with God consciousness at the Eckankar Seminary in Phoenix back in the 70s. No, you can't have God consciousness because God's omniscient and omnipotent. You cannot have God consciousness. You can have self-consciousness, understanding that you are the sole provided life by infinite glory, but you can't have infinite glory consciousness. I was explaining to a man in his late 20s, early 30s, Blaise Pascal. Okay, you cannot grasp the infinite with the finite. It drives you mad, so why even bother? Don't bother. Don't try to play God with your head. It's not possible. It's impossible to ask a baby not to cry. It's just impossible, right? So, and I was, like explaining to Spencer J. Kimball and Ezra Taft Benson and Dingleberries, it's wrong to kill an innocent person to try to save the guilty person because the innocent person can't be a witness to the crime. Yeah. You do know that's what the Vatican attempted to do with all the Christians in the Colosseum. Okay. What do you do? Just follow the Hadith, right? Must be the money. There you go. God damn it. Shut up, rappers. Okay, just do what I'm saying. You don't need money to fuck. You don't need money to fuck, right? And so you got these people, and you got to realize, these are all the descendants of the raping, marauding champions. Champion, I'm the champion. Sell them Girl Scout cookies. Make sure you sell that wagon full, right? So you're sitting there saying that, yeah. They come in brown, they come in peach. They come in tan, they come in, Yes, I love you, Porgy. Don't let him take me and drive me mad. Must be a cute baby. Yeah, those tan babies are cute, right? Even if Liza had it with Simon Legree, it's a cute baby, right? It's physically cute, right? But she was sexually assaulted. Run, Liza, run from Simon. Getting to know you, getting to feel free, getting to know all about you. Nancy Wilson does a real good job with that song. Yeah, getting to know you, it's a good song. Yeah. I like it better by Nancy Wilson. Casablanca, I like better by Bertie Higgins. Yeah, I know she likes the song, but Bertie Higgins sings it better. Bertie wrote it, guys. It's just another day in paradise. Loving seeing that I love you look in your eyes. Here's looking at you, kid. Yeah, no, he liked Bogart movies, and he wrote lots of songs about them, and they're good, and he sings them. The best is Bertie Higgins. Casablanca was written by Bertie Higgins. Nancy Wilson did it, but Bertie Higgins is better. The way he tells the story is really good. Yeah. Here's looking at you, kids. Sailing away to Key Largo. Bertie Higgins. I like Nancy Wilson, but that was Bertie Higgins' songs. Okay, and they're good. And he sings them really good. Okay, so if you're going to listen to Casablanca, I would to go listen to the original, go listen to Bertie Higgins. Nancy, I was like, what? Casablanca? What was Nancy? She didn't sing on Casablanca because they had the picture thing on. She wasn't in that movie. She was just a little kid. Yeah. She wasn't even, she was, so I went to listen to it. Okay, this is a Bertie Higgins song because they brought up Bertie Higgins when it stops and shows also recommended videos. And I'm like, oh, okay. So, yeah, Nancy sings it good, but Bertie's is better. Because the way the lyrics, Or like burgers and fries and cherry pies. It was simple. Just making our love at the moon above at the drive-in picture show. And it's just a little bit more believable, Bertie Higgins, than it is with Nancy Wilson. But Nancy Wilson, it is, really? You didn't lose your virginity at the jazz something festival to the Prince of Monaco? Or, come on, Grace Kelly. Okay. Actually, she lost her virginity when she was um, uh, 11 years old to a babysitter while mom and dad were, oh, yeah. Like, Von DiCarlo and lots of other people back then. And, it's happening less because of virtual presence. And they think that virtual presence is stopping sexual abuse over money. And you're like, no, it's making it worse. Okay. It's just another day in paradise. Seeing that and then they get self-righteous about it. Oh, yeah, younger people are horrid, man. Because they're not put in any situations that are sexually compromising them to give them a moral high ground to the people that were sexually abused in the 1960s, 70s, and 80s by their own government to try to undermine we're going to kill this Jesus myth for good. It's like, you little fucking peckerwood, I'd kick you in the dick so fucking hard. You couldn't keep children safe from sexual predation in their dreams. Okay? Or yours. Your dreams are wonderful. You got the perfect app for that, right? Okay. You do know they're still raping girls to death in brothels in Bangladesh and in, yeah, the one supermodel she's kept safe. That's to give you, Slumdog Millionaire and their girl. Okay. The rest of them, she's taking care of her whole family in the country. Well, the rich people need a place to move after they kill all the people in the slums with, voluntary sterilization and, drug epidemics. Get out of here. Yeah, crime. There's not that much crime. That's because you'll get brutalized if you do anything criminal that's not organized by the state, which is criminal activity, which is economics. China ain't much different than India, guys. Okay, just another day in paradise. There's more violence in the United States because it's inbred in the migration, in the indoctrination, in the entertainment. It's in China too. Yeah. Oh yeah. They have lots of underground killing tournaments for, you know. Before Judith, after Judith, masturbating's gone way off the charts, right? Saving Silverman? Never mind. Okay. Danny DeVito will explain it to you. Saw through that in a Peloponnesian minute, didn't you? It's been a slice, Herc. Okay. So, we're dealing with the most disgusting people in the history of the world. And for some reason, people don't think they are. It's like they isolate you, contain you, and exterminate you with your own voluntary thoughts. Okay. And if you play good world citizen to their dominance with economic manipulation, which is no longer conflict, you're a better person than the guy who's trying to deliver us all from the evil of it with the Lord's Prayer. You little fucking twit. Okay, you're going to have kids, and your kids are going to grow up to be like you. See why I got to stay alive? No matter, stay alive. I will find you. Right? So, yeah. She'll be having sex with you, but she'll be thinking of me. Okay, girl. A third. It even goes for A$AP Rocky. She'll be having sex with you, but she'll be thinking of me. Okay? Keeping up with the Kardashians. There you go. Nobody wants to go to ballet and opera anymore. Well, there's a chair that's empty in the second row. It's an office chair left on Mariposa. I got a new wheel on it. It don't move too good because the wheel it's not uniform, but it stands up straight, and that's what matters. It's not about pushing the chair around. Actually, I like it holding steady better, so when I kick my feet up, it don't roll, and all that. So I like having the non-matching wheel that makes it, steady. Like Jar Jar Binks and shit, right? Okay, so you know what I'm saying? Hey, yeah, Gungan's good. Ouch time, Jar Jar. Okay, so you get it? Okay. Me's a thinking. What you's a thinking, man? You Wesley crushes you. Man, no. When a woman wants to be made love to, with, not to. When a woman wants to make love with a man, life's eternal and grace is infinite. They eat chocolate and think of making love with Jesus in the clouds. And the clouds, well, this goes above the clouds, man. It's like Guru and me, right? So chill while I attract that girl you're with. I got a sensitive quality. I look like Uncle Fester. I feel like Uncle Fester. Yeah. Detoxing from poisoning is horrible. Okay. He's got a retard brother. I'm like, oh shit, he does have a brother that has a form of uh, 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 fetal alcohol syndrome in that movie. Yeah, when Michael Greyeyes comes in and Gooch comes in, he's got a retard brother, and it's like, it's pretty serious sister. It's like, yeah, damn, he's ugly, right? They're making fun of each other like guys are supposed to do, like a good thing that the baby looks like the mom, because damn, she looked like you, she'd be ugly, like I did with Phil Collins at the store. And everybody's like, how dare you say that? Stuff like that. No, Phil gets it. He's a guy. We're supposed to do that. Thing the baby looks like the mom, because man, it look like you'd be ugly, right? Oh, Phil Collins gets it. If Phil Collins doesn't get it, he's not a guy. You acting like a bitch? You gonna tear up and cry and shit like that? Okay, go sack the quarterback and shut up. Get over yourself, man. Oh, we all say it. Even if even if it's Bart Meyer, who's a supermodel, you still say the babies look like the mom, because it's a good thing they don't look like you, because they'd be ugly. And he's a supermodel, but he looks like a guy. You don't want the girls to look like the guy. It's a joke. It's not true. Sherry Belafonte Harper. Oh my gosh. I still can see that picture of that woman in that Playboy that Watkins left going, damn, you're too beautiful. You'd be like heaven to touch. I want to hold you so much. I'd say love has arrived, and I thank God I'm alive. You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off you. Yeah, same effect with Sherry Belafonte Harper that you have with was it a hustler with, what's her name? Doom dooby doom doo 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 doo. Yeah, Rick Fox's wife, yeah. It's not my fault. I saw her naked before she married him. It's just not my fault. That I have that, oh my gosh. I saw her naked. Yeah. I had similar sometimes thoughts and stuff with Kaylin Gilliard because I saw her naked and told her mom, told her daughter, I was raised in encloisterment. This is not right. And then Steffi could talk like Kay. And she would talk like Kay during sex. And she said, you didn't shrivel up like you did when your mom knocked on the door when you were having sex with Raquel. It's like, Kay ain't my mom, and I've seen her naked. Shut up. And she'd laugh, and I'm like, Steffi, you ain't funny, right? It's like, when I wasn't lying when I walked in and saw her laying on the floor watching TV and said, wow, I see why law's so beautiful, right? I wasn't lying. I wasn't making that shit up, okay? It's not my fault. That's Chief's wife. I didn't mean to see her naked. Law did it, okay? Her own daughter set her up. What? She was standing there bitching out Steffi and getting Steffi in trouble, and she was naked, and she's laughing. I'm like, Law, that ain't funny. I'm a guy raised in encloisterment, Mormon. Okay, I seen grown women naked. I start having thoughts going through my brain. What are you thinking? That maybe it would be easier to be raised and born and raised in Tahiti or as an Arawak in Puerto Rico, Cuba, or the Dominican Republic, or Haiti. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Okay, it might be a little bit easier. Well, because you can handle the whole concepts of the Garden of Eden better in Mexico than you can in the Iberian Peninsula in North Africa. It's hard. Okay. When you make sex original sin, it makes sex hard to deal with. So I don't make sex original sin because it's not. Original sin is trying to eliminate the truth of creation and replace it with the ego. And then rape yourself to the top of the heap. A number one, top of the heap. Those little town blues are the biggest killer, conquer, fuck factory in the whole world. New York City? No, I think there's bigger than New York. There's Mexico, there's Tenochtitlan. And there's Beijing, which used to be Hong Kong, right? Okay. So so yeah. Tokyo, is Tokyo bigger than two? I remember that. What was it? Tokyo? Yeah, it's on. I don't know. I haven't played that game in a long time because it doesn't copy to the hard drive, and it ruins your disk reader. I only play the ones on my other Xbox 360 that copy to the hard drive, so it doesn't have to constantly read the disk. It only reads the game and then plays the game as if the game was copied on the yeah. So I play 13 and I play 6. 2K6. I don't play 7 because 7 won't they won't copy it, and I don't play any of the other ones. I only play the ones that will copy to the machine, so they're on the machine. You put the disc in, it gets it. It takes about 2 minutes to read it, and then it starts playing it as if you actually bought it and downloaded it too, so it doesn't tear up your disc reader or anything. So, well, yeah, you want when you buy something, you want it to last. They didn't build it to last. You just use it in a way that's intelligent so you don't destroy it, It chewed up the old one that I didn't do that with and I didn't know you could. Chewed up my 2000 2K8 and chewed up a lot of my old games. I didn't know that you could literally, you go and get it to do it, and then I didn't know that. If I'd have known that, I'd still have my old Xboxes working and all the old games. They're geniuses, and I'm stupid. Because I don't do like Suzuki said. If they made it real good, yes. Because I don't think like they do. I'm not a pimp. I'm a man, which is why she's being fucked by you, but she's thinking of me. Sirwana, here's your chocolate. Make love with Jesus in the clouds. I know. Hey, I got a phone. All right, peace. I'm there for you, baby. I'll take care of it. He'll be a man soon. I'm working on him, baby girl, but it's hard. He don't listen just like you.